As you might have guessed, I'm kind of a big Beatles fan. I've played dozens of Beatle instruments, from Hofner basses and Ludwig drums to reissue Epiphones, Gretches, Fenders, and Gibsons. For a Beatles fan and gear lover, I've basically seen it all. But of all the gear I played, none of them, not one, gave me chills, until this one. Let's talk about the Rickenbacker 325 C64. There are few Beatles instruments as legendary as John Lennon's Rickenbacker 325. His first 325 was a 1958 Rickenbacker 325, the gold and black one, which he used as his workhorse guitar from 1960 until the Beatles' first US visit in February '64. As you guys know, I own a version of this guitar, but we'll talk about that later.
You want to play like you're really pissed off all the time, too. You want to play it like you're mad at your guitar.
The one I'm talking about is John's second 325, the one he used on The Ed Sullivan Show, at least 3 albums, 2 movies, and dozens of concerts, including the legendary Shea Stadium concert in 1965. This guitar was a 1964 Rickenbacker 325, serial number DB122. Rickenbacker gave this 325 to John at the Deauville Hotel in Miami while they were rehearsing for the Sullivan Show performance. John is seen playing it for the first time on February 15th, during rehearsals for that second Sullivan Show. For the next 2 years, John made this Rickenbacker his primary guitar, on stage, in film, and in the studio, at least until the Strats and Casinos entered the picture. Some of the best concert footage we have of the Beatles features John playing this guitar. That second Ed Sullivan appearance is fantastic.
He wouldn't dance with another, since I saw
The 1964 Australia concert.
because I told you before, oh, you can't do that.
The 1965 Paris concert. Blackpool Night Out. And of course, the legendary Shea Stadium show. All good things must come to an end. The guitar's playability took a huge hit after a bad crack it received in the 1964 Christmas shows was never fully repaired. It was almost certainly last used December 12, 1965, at the last Christmas show of the year in Cardiff. The last picture I could find was 2 days before, on December 10th, at the Hammersmith Odeon. John transitioned, as everyone knows, to Strats and Casinos for the remainder of the Beatles, and the 325 was not publicly seen in John's lifetime, except for a weird appearance in a 1974 Ringo movie called Son of Dracula, and it was rumored to have been brought to the studio during John's Double Fantasy sessions in 1980. And now it belongs to me. Just kidding. So Rickenbacker's actually done a very good job serving the Beatles nostalgia market for decades. In 1982, the first round of Beatles reissues came out, the B series. Now this is the one that I own. I have the Rickenbacker 320B. These were good reissues. They certainly got the look and got the vibe. Not identical, but they made a lot of Beatles collectors happy, and my 320B is one of my most cherished possessions. The next round of reissues was the V series. These were very close to the real deal. Rickenbacker came out with the V59, a replica of John's first 325, and then the V63, their version of John's second 325. Even with these great reissues, Rickenbacker knocked it out of the park with the C series. So here's my take on the C64. I love this damn guitar. When I first opened it up out of the box, I looked at it and said, like, wow, this is John Lennon's guitar. It looks identical to the real thing. Then you pick it up and the frets are more spaced apart than the B series. The guitar has better sustain. It's a hell of a lot cleaner than my B series guitar. It looks fantastic. Just in every way, a better, more playable upgrade than my B series guitar. And the sound was so perfect and vintage and fantastic. The bridge pickup is bright, chimey. It gets you all those kind of chuggy, Chuck Berry rhythm guitar sounds you want from a John Lennon guitar.
Sugar John, long tall Sally, saw Mary coming in.
The middle position to me sounded like the bridge pickup, but a little bit darker, just a darker version of the bridge pickup. And then the traditional neck position sounded to me like a middle position selection. It had that quacky middle pickup sound. The guitar really does not have a neck pickup sound like other guitars do. The only concern I had were the strings. The guitar came with some light gauge round wound strings. I gave those a shot for a little while, but the guitar had some intonation issues, couldn't keep the damn thing in tune. So I got some Pyramid 13 flat wound strings. There's a plug for you. And it took a couple days to settle, but the Pyramid 13s have been perfect. No matter how hard I play this, and I do play it hard, the guitar stays in almost perfect tune. You know that moment in All My Loving on the Sullivan Show when John uses the blend knob on stage to change the sound of his guitar? Well, I got to do that, and it was super cool. I know some folks have asked me to compare it to the 320B. To me, it's like comparing my children. The 320B is a completely different beast. It wasn't really an attempt at a perfectly accurate reproduction. And to me, the look of the 320B is half the ball game. You know, it looks like a beat up John Lennon guitar. But in terms of playability, the C64 is just a new beast altogether. It is bigger, it's got better sustain, lower action, it stays in tune better, and the 320B is a phenomenal guitar, so that's saying a lot. But the C64 is just a far, far superior guitar in every way. So I thought about this. Why is this reissue different? Why does this one give me the chills and not all the other beautiful reissues I've been lucky enough to play or to own? I think the reason is this. John Lennon had 4 major guitars as a member of the Beatles. This 325, his first 325, the Casino, and the J160. Except for this one, he modified all the other ones. And not just modified, he really modified them. The first 325, he repainted it, changed the knobs, changed the tuners, changed pretty much everything. The Casino, John painted the back white, took the pickguard off, and then stripped the whole damn thing. Didn't look at all what it looked like when he got it. The J160 wasn't much better. He painted the whole thing during the Sgt. Pepper era, stripped the paint off, and then carved portraits into it. So all 3 of those guitars left John much different than they did when he got them. This guitar looks exactly how John left it. This 325, John didn't modify, John didn't change the color, John didn't feel the need to paint. It's exactly how John played it and how John left it. And that's the guitar that you'll get if you do end up getting one of these. It's John Lennon's guitar. That's one of my biggest critiques of the C58 is you really have to make a lot of changes to get it anywhere close to John's. In fact, the only one I've seen that gets anywhere near the vibe is Clay Blair's because he did some damage to his middle pickup just like John's. These guitars are, let's be real, luxury items. They're highly priced reissue guitars. And the caveat with that, the tricky thing is the Beatles never thought of their guitars as luxury guitars. They were tools. They have check marks, they have wear, they have dings. And if you want to have a guitar that gives you that John Lennon vibe, you gotta beat the shit out of it. You really do. All those C58s are too perfect looking. The paint is too bright. There's not enough chipping, not enough damage. The best thing about the C64 is that you don't really need a lot of damage to look like John's. John kept pretty good care of it. So the guy who sold me mine, Martin, told me that there were some dings on it, and I was like, oh, thank God there are dings on it. You know, it's not going to look like John's without the dings. So I think that's what sets this one apart. It looks exactly what John's looked like for the entirety of when he used it, and even what it looks like today. On a final note, I just want to say, if you do have a chance to get one of these puppies, do it. Don't break the bank. I got this for less than $1,800. It's a possibility, and it's in great shape. I've coveted this guitar my entire life. When I was a kid, I watched the Beatles anthology. I was 8 or 9. Seeing John kick ass at the Shea Stadium just lit me up as a kid. I wanted that guitar ever since that moment. I got the 320B, which was pretty close, but secretly I always coveted the second 325, and now that I finally have one, nothing compares to it. It's completed my Beatles collection. So great job, Rickenbacker. Hope to see you guys continuing to produce these C-Series guitars. Bring back the C58. I know a bunch of folks would pay a bunch of money to see them. But yeah, guys, if you can do it, get the C64. You will not regret it.